Hello. Barring some kind of amazing turnaround from Opcode Games, for a number of Atari 7800 titles I've got pre-ordered from them. This is going to be my last video of the year, probably. So I just wanted to, well, this wasn't planned at all. Basically, Evercade, Blaze sent out a thing with Evercade saying there's a bunch of hardware deals on. Now, normally I would ignore that kind of thing, but and I would have 100% just deleted it and gone, yeah, that's okay. I've got my Evercade VS, etc. But prior to that email arriving, Crazy Burger went and did a video in which he went through the sale prices which were on the Evercade website. One of which was that Argos was selling all three of the Evercade Alphas for a ridiculous 30% off. So a machine that normally costs like 230 quid was on sale for 160. I had been kind of tempted by these things, but I have an Evercade VS. I live alone, there's no contention for the TV. Arguably, no real reason for me to get one of these at all. But that price and the fact that the Mega Man edition of the Capcom one has a bunch of arcade games on it that I quite enjoy and that are not available in card form. You know, all the Capcom stuff is either built into the original or the second iteration of the handheld or in these alphas. So I got this. Argos turned it around real fast. I couldn't believe how fast. It was like down for 48 hour shipping. I had it the next day. They're using DHL. So without further ado, I'm going to open this thing up. I don't know how I'm going to film actual gameplay on it. I'll have to figure out if there's a place I can put this camcorder that makes sense. I'm not going to open this up on the table in front of me because then you won't be able to see anything anyway. But there's a couple of little cardboard tabs down here. And I'm just going to lift it out. It is similar, you know, this kind of box is very similar to what our friends at Numbskull have been doing with their quarter arcade units. So we get a quick start guide, how to swap out the marquee artwork, how to load cartridges, power, plug, etc. Now, the other thing that had put me off about these things, it is functionally like an Evercade VS in many ways. And it comes with a little power brick. It has a USB, what is this, a C to A? Yeah, C to A cable. So there's a little envelope here. Which, let's see, we get marquees for Strider and Final Fight, both of which are games that I would play over the Mega Man game. So, which one do I want to put in? I'll have to have a think on that. Probably Final Fight. I like Strider, but it's a fairly hard game, and Final Fight just has a more satisfying feel. So these are all arcade games in here. The Mega Man game is I think it's like a fighting game. Polystyrene is all funky because of the curved top on this. I mean, I always like the looks of these. I've seen other kind of it is not lightweight. This is definitely heavier than a quarter arcade unit. And here we go. Pulling all the polystyrene out with it. So there's no protective film on the screen. You can see. Look at this. Has a bat top joystick. Buttons feel good. It has rubber feet on the bottom. Feels pretty sturdy. I mean, there is a marquee surround that's Mega Man themed. Mega Man the X, no, it's just Mega Man, the Power Battle. So you just pop the little plate out, and then you, so the marquee has a protective film that's shinier now. Okay, I got that in there. Put a little plastic shield over it, and now it's got the final fight. Da, 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 da. All right. Now the other thing that put me off of these things is the fact that it is a hardwired kind of thing. It has to be plugged in. It does not have a rechargeable battery inside of it. But what's, obvious, but not obvious to me, obviously. My lateral thinking is not always 100%. So I often will look at things only one way. Well, not often. Sometimes. Like solutions, DIY kind of stuff. I don't always come up with like alternatives on my own. Sometimes someone will look at something and go, well, why don't you do this? And I'll be like, oh, that's a good idea, yes. And likewise with this, I was like, well, where am I going to put it? I have to plug it in all the time. Pain in the ass. I don't want to do that. And I was like, well, why don't you plug it into a power bank? This is a crazy burger idea. And you plug it into a phone power bank. And I went, really? I mean, is the power draw that little that it can run off a phone power bank? And I have a Belkin power bank, sure. So, let's give it a go. All right, so I got the cable that came with it, C to A. I have so many of these bloody cables. I wish I had more C to C ones. My Belkin heavy-duty power bank, which has 2 USB-A ports and a C. It will take power from either of them to charge it. It has a little button. You can see we've got, maybe you can see, I don't know, can you see that? 4 stars, 4 lights, whatever. There are 4 lights. So there's 4, it's fully charged. Now, I don't know how long I could potentially run this thing for, but we'll find out. It doesn't have HDMI output. I really wish it did. And the cable is a good size. It has a well built in. Probably can't see that, but the hole for it is big enough that you just insert the cable and it will just seat properly. You don't have to fiddle around. It's not flush, so it won't be as easy to break off in the thing, hopefully. We wouldn't want that. Alright, it's plugged in. Now, the power switch is on the front. It looks like a coin insert. It says on off. There's a volume rocker next to it. 2 USB ports underneath the cartridge slots for external controllers. You can play with up to 3 people. 1 person using this. Oh, and there it goes. It's lighting up. Marquee lights up. Pretty neat. Let's see what the quality of the screen looks like. This zoom in a little bit. Oh, it's got a custom boot up. Cool. Is there a head? headphone jack? Don't see one. Okay, we're doing the setup now. Listen to that. Right. Gonna log in here to my home network. Would I like to update? Wi-Fi chip in, it looks on par with the VS. Let me see if I can get in a bit of glare. It's washing out the color a bit. This is actually a more like a Windows blue screen of death color blue. The video is washing it out a wee bit. And like the Evercade VS and the EXP, or the what the hell is it? Whatever the handheld's called now, I can't remember. EXPR, I think is what I have. It's, you know, there's a bunch of built-in games, free games you can unlock. You can find them on the web. You can look for the different codes. Let's see how my power is doing. I'm still 4 dots. I'll probably play this for a good long time off this power bank. But just entering the password, the control felt really nice. Oh, and incidentally, I probably should have showed this off. So in order to save space on my storage and that, I went on Etsy and said, hey, is there like any kind of storage I can use so I can like put my carts, the boxes away. And I went on Etsy and I found this like 3D printed thing here, which is pretty cool. It has Evercade and raised lettering here. It holds 10 carts. They just kind of slot in. You can find things like this all over the place on Etsy, but this one was pretty nice because you could put 10, and a lot of them will only hold like 5. They'll just be like these really narrow little bits. But this was 10, and so I can fit like a whole bunch of these on a shelf in my little storage unit that I used to have all my Evercade carts in. So that's pretty neat. Now I've got like Atari Arcade 2 here. I'm going to try out in this bad boy. I think the thing that appeals to me about this is you get the arcade controls, and I do have that custom stick that I had made it as a spinner control, which is basically now I can play, you know, Super Breakout properly. This is like the only platform I can play Super Breakout and thoroughly enjoy myself, aside from MAME, because you know the spinner gets recognized as a single-axis mouse by the Evercade OS. But you know the button mapping is a kind of weird on that thing. So this having actual buttons that are mapped, that you know having it be custom, built for the purpose, that is a big appeal for me. Alright, so we'll see how we do here. Alright, so we have the built-ins under the Alpha menu. Mega Man Power Battle, Mega Man 2 Power Battles, Strider, Knights of the Round, which is the King Arthur themed beat 'em up, Final Fight, which is like, you know, one of the very all-time best beat 'em up games, Carrier Air Wing, which looks like a game that I believe was originally, when I played it in the arcade, it was called UN Squadron. At least I think it's that game. I'm not sure. And there you go. So I'll try this Mega Man game. I mean, it's a fighting game. I don't really care a lot about that. Let's see. Shoot. Let's Hold A to charge. B is jump. I mean, this one thing I like about this a lot is the layout. This is A, B, R1, X, Y, L1. Unlike the D-pad, which is in a diamond formation with A at the bottom, which I always find annoying because they'll use like A as the primary, then you have to press up at an angle. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. So I end up mapping things to be X and A instead of A and B. But this way I can just keep it vanilla. Alright, select coin up. Alright, so let's just play this game. First of 2 arcade games. Ooh, Capcom. And handily, the select button also says coin up on the marquee, the control panel. Okay. And the buttons feel really good. Maybe cut. Mega Man, Proto Man, Bass. I've never been a huge. Never been a Mega Man fan. I think I have the first game on my Wii U, but I never actually played it. I did try it. I had a friend, my friend Dave had an NES, and he liked Mega Man, but I just didn't get into this game. I don't know why. So we'll see how this does. I don't know what the heck I'm using the B button. Okay, so the B button jumps, or I can press up with the stick. Oh, no, I can't press up with the stick, so there's... Ah. Alright, so just... It blows up a boulder, and if the chunks hit me, I get hurt. Nope, Randy slams me. I guess I'm hurting him more because he's doing this slam move more. Oh, I see. He's got a little health bar at the bottom. Okay, I guess. So it's not like a fighting game with all weird moves and stuff. It's basically just like a boss rush, I guess. Okay, now I'm fighting Woodman, a robot made of wood. Well, that seems like a great idea. Oh god, this guy's... Okay, he's got a leaf shield. And you know, that's too much excitement for me, really. There's a separate menu button, of course, just like a regular Evercade. VS or EXP, whatever. Well, let's play Strider. And again, it's swing your sword and jump. Yay. The quality of the screen is frickin' amazing. What you would want for a thing like this. Okay. Alright, there you go. This is where we fight the Politburo or whatever. They merge into a giant, goofy-looking human centipede or whatever. Da, da, da.
believe your is a lie. I gotcha.
I gotcha. Now we gotta fight the wolves. A lot of wolves working for these guys. Oh, here we go, the frickin' gorilla. We got a gorilla here. Yeah, that was not gonna happen once I lost my power up. So you get the power up, you get the longer range, you can kill the gorilla easier. Okay, nice of the round. So. Oh, I can't choose who I want to play. I'd have to like... So you can play up to 3 people, which is cool. Oh no, you can't choose who you want. All right, maybe Arthur. Arthur, Lancelot, or Percival. Nope, you can't do the run. There's no double tap forward to run. The desperation move uses some of your health, so don't do that casually. Oh, he's got reach with that halberd. Ah! Oh, get some salad. Yes. Oh, wasted again. Only get 2 lives? Weak. Metro City. It's a well-known crime fest. This screen, it's probably not coming across well in this video, but it looks fantastic. So bright. Good resolution. Viewing angle is pretty good. Speakers on this thing are pretty good. I wish it had a headphone jack, but... You can laugh now. What's his name? Damned. And call your friends so I can kick their ass too. Carrier airing. Was this UN Squadron? I know there's a game called UN Squadron. I don't think I've seen it, and the reason I don't think I've seen it in any collections is I have the 2 Capcom collections on the PS5. It was, in fact, a tie-in. It was a license of a manga. I don't know if that was made, probably made into an anime. I don't know. I bought it. I think it was published at Dark Horse or something. I mean, this is way back in the 80s and 90s. Called Area 88, which was a bizarre kind of notion that there existed these kind of elite fighter pilot mercenaries who own their own aircraft. And they're fighting some kind of made-up evil organization. But this, I don't think, is that. The mission is to regain Tokyo. And right off the bat, you can choose your weapons. You got some money, special weapons. All right. So UN Squadron, I'm only playing MAME, sadly. But this is very similar. Certainly probably using the same engine and everything. Let's see how the turbo works. Feels like cheating, but it's pretty good. Knackered. So let's use the special and... Oh no! Look at that, you only get one life? Alright, so now let's try a cart. We got a little cart slot on the left. Gonna load our... What do you got? Okay. Playing Arcade 2. Play some Berserk. Now, because this thing is not made, I mean, it's you know, you've got different frickin' buttons, so let's edit the controls. So make it A. Start a 2-player game, that's fine. Start, credits. Gotta load the last save because I got my high scores. Oh, is it? You detected a coin. Well, you know I want to play. Now, certainly one of the things about the Taito Alpha that was tempting is the fact that it has a ball-top joystick. I'm not sure. I wonder if you can get like a ball top and replace the top on this stick. But to be honest, I don't see... To me, it makes a little difference whether it has a ball top or a bat top like this one. My question is it a micro switch joystick? Because I'm not gripping the thing like this. Let's see if I can get away from Evil Auto. Die, you smiling, bouncing ball. Okay, and eject the cart. The goody good method of hitting the select button. Now that was an arcade game cart, but how do we play something that isn't an arcade game? Like a computer game, for example. So let's play some Alien Breed. So now I got 3 buttons here. Fire weapon, change weapon, activate computer terminal, toggle map. We got 4 buttons. Oh, and on. And this is one of the things that's kind of annoying about Evercade, but I mean, minor. Every time you use a new Evercade device, you're going to have to remap your controls to match that device. Activate computer terminal, just go straight across. Toggle the map with X. Pause. And now bringing up the in-game keyboard is the select button. Do the last save again. I think I saved, if I got a score worth noting. Must have. Alright, so if I walk away from this now, can I get the map? No. A VS, I think, and you get the arcade controls, which is fantastic. Oh, more money. Oh god. So many of these frickin' aliens. Oh. That wasn't good. Wish I could see how much money I have without going to a terminal. That's it for my keys. Well, anyway, you get the idea. So pretty good. I am happy with this purchase. You can still get them on sale, I'm pretty sure, in the run up to Christmas. So, you know, there's only a few days left, but if you're on the fence at all, the Evercade Alpha is great. If you got a VS, debatable. Do you really need this as well? If you've got a TV that is shared, then it eliminates some contention in your household to have one of these bad boys. But I guess the question is, do you have the disposable income for this to make sense? It is like something that you've got to store. I have a place, that I can stick it on top of a storage unit, so it can sit in a corner somewhere. So I think this is a worthwhile thing to get. It's definitely quality. That Blaze didn't cheap out on it. I have to say, when the Evercade Alpha was first announced, I was a bit kind of like, really? I mean, do we need this? But having used it, it's a nice little unit. And bar top arcades, would I collect these things? No, I don't have the space for that. Not to mention which, it has built-in games, but how many things with built-in games do you need? Is a viable question. I don't have any Super Pockets. I kind of gave those all away because I was just like, I'm not going to sit here on this tiny little thing, and But I did get the EXPR for portable. I wish its battery lasted longer. So I've invested in the Evercade hardware universe. The ecosystem. This is definitely a worthwhile addition to it. If it had HDMI output, I would have this instead of a VSR. Absolutely. I would not feel the need for that. But unfortunately, it does not have HDMI output. So not like a Taito Egret. But, it's a quality piece of kit. What would be nice is to see Blaze come out with some dedicated hardware, because they have the support now for things like, there are dual stick games. There is mouse support. There are games that would benefit from that. So hey, come on guys, come out with a trackball controller. Come out with a dual stick, control pad. Why not? I mean, they support ones, but you got to do the monkeying around. I want it to actually be out of the box, support some dual stick games. Let us remap, even if all you're doing is remapping buttons to the other stick. All the dual stick games that I have right now are all digital. They're not analog, so you could do that. But until then, clickety click. Sounds good. So, treat yourself, get one of these bad boys, and keep on gaming.